Hi everybody, it's Dr. Millie again. Welcome back to my channel. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to do a really exciting product. It is an HGH secretagogue. That's a human growth hormone secretagogue. What is a secretagogue, you wonder? A secretagogue is something that secretes. It secretes hormones, or it secretes really promotes secretion from any vital organ, but usually that is hormones, because that's the way that our body's distal organs communicate with each other. And what that means is that there's endocrine organs, or organs of the body, that do not reside next door to each other. So they are not neighbors. Like the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus and the brain are neighbors, but they need to communicate with the thyroid gland, which needs to communicate with the thymus gland, which needs to communicate with the adrenal glands, way at our lower back, our gonads, way down low in our pelvis, and every other organ tissue of the body, including the small intestine and the blood and the lymphatic system that has hormonal components, the digestive tract, the heart, the brain. So different areas of the brain also respond to hormonal activity, the pineal gland, which is regulated by melatonin, of course. And if this is all sounding Greek to you, well, basically, Prime, so this is the Ultra Prime Anti-Aging Nutraceuticals Secretagogue. It's a human growth hormone enhancer. And so human growth hormone is secreted naturally when we're a child, when we're having growth spurt. There's more human growth hormone, or HGH, secreted. This causes our muscles to grow, it causes our bones to grow, it causes us to grow in proportion when it's secreted normally. As we age, our pituitary is still actively secreting HGH, it's just doing so less, and we're not as primed for growth hormone to be secreted because we're under more stress generally. And so if our cortisol is secreted high at night, then our human growth hormone is suppressed. So similar to the way the relationship that cortisol and melatonin have with each other, which is when melatonin is high while we're sleeping, cortisol is low. Well, growth hormone should be on track with melatonin and should be high when cortisol is low, which facilitates the body's repair. One reason why shift workers, people who are working in hospitals, factories, driving cabs, etc., who work all night have a shorter lifespan than those who work regular hours during the day is, yes, their melatonin suppressed, but also their human growth hormone suppressed. So they're not able to secrete this master hormone, which is responsible for the secretion of all the other hormones in the body. And so this is an amazing product. It has some of my favorite ingredients that you can find in a supplement. It has a nootropic stack, which is what we call a smart drug. Now, there's no drugs in this. It's purely natural and supplements, but it does have some amino acids that are used for focus, concentration, memory, strength, vigor, to help move and circulate blood. That's anywhere to the hands and the feet, to the heart muscle, to all the big muscles of the body, the quadriceps, the gluteus maximus, the deltoids, you name it. If you can work it out, you can push blood there using a secretagogue. And also it helps to move blood to the erectile tissue, so that people who are experiencing people who want to experience full erections, whether that's men or women, could benefit potentially from this product. Now, this is a dietary supplement, so it's meant to nutritionally enhance the normal capabilities of the body, or if these secretory organs are a little sluggish for reasons that I've mentioned, just gradually getting older, we're not taking as good care of our body, we're not getting regular sleep, then this product helps to function as a secretagogue to naturally increase the production and the secretion of the HGH by the brain's pituitary gland. It is a safe, natural, and effective secretagogue trigger, so there's no actual hormones in here. As I mentioned, there's amino acids, there's L-arginine, which helps improve blood flow, there's glycine, which helps to calm the brain and increase GABA production, there's taurine, which helps to stimulate muscle function and body repair, as well as protect the heart and move blood as well. And there's L-lysine, which is also balances out the arginine and is a nice natural protectant for the immune system. And so this powder helps to trigger and wake up the pituitary gland. So it increases the production and the secretion of your body's own HGH, and might stimulate insulin growth factors, which help to heal the body. It can recreate a youthful, natural pattern of HGH production and release in the body. And what we mean by this is that it increases the production of HGH at night when it should be, so that the body can heal and repair. So that if there is a tendency for not healing the bones, not healing the muscles, not healing the tissues, not healing the nervous system, not healing the brain, then this can help facilitate healing of all of those organ systems. And those are vital organ systems, especially as we age. We think of what the main killers are, some of those organs are involved. And so we really want to keep those as healthy as possible. It serves to enhance the production of selected hormones that ordinarily diminish during the aging process. So that might be testosterone, it might be a melatonin, it might be some of the sex hormones that women produce as well. It helps to significantly reverse the effects associated with the body growing older with anti-aging. It helps maintain the health of the body's vital organs, as I mentioned, the heart, the liver, the brain, the lungs, the nervous system tissue, as well as the immune system. Builds protein to create lean body mass. It helps to function as an anabolic agent, which also builds muscle. It's in no way a steroid. It's not a drug at all, but it does help to stimulate the body's normal function so that these anabolic tendencies can occur. And the body's normally, when we're young, building more substance rather than catabolizing or breaking it down, right? So we want to be, if we're young, then we're being more anabolic than we're being catabolic. And so this is a really important ratio to shift and to swing to the anabolic side if we do want to maintain, our full cheeks and our full rear end, just right, and our full muscle mass and our full breast tissue and our full brain tissue, even more importantly, our full eye tissue, full bone tissue. And so it's important to have these secretors. Reshapes the body by building lean body mass and facilitating the melt or the breakdown of fat. Helps to increase strength, especially if you take it after you work out. So there's 2 key times to take this. One key time to take it is post-workout. And I poured myself some. It has beetroot powder in it, so it's a nice pink color. And it has some glucose in it, as well as some natural flavors and some citric acid and some malic acid and some sugar to help absorb it. It is an isotonic product, which means that it's fast absorbed. The glucose in it helps regulate the emptying of the stomach contents so that it's quickly absorbed. It has up to a 96% absorbability to it, which means that it's very fastly absorbed. So this also maintains cardiovascular health. It helps the heart, keeps the heart pumping, keeps the heart repairing itself, and maintains immune health, as I mentioned, assists improving sexual vitality, as I mentioned, with blood flow, and also energy and stamina. It increases the body's metabolic rate by building that lean muscle mass. So the more lean muscle mass we have, then this acts as a furnace and helps to burn more calories while we're at rest. If we have less lean body mass, then we have a smaller furnace. And so our muscles are therefore burning fewer calories at rest. But the most metabolically active organs of the body are not the muscles. The most metabolically active organs of the body, well, there is one muscle, the heart muscle, because it's beating anywhere from 60 to 100 or more when you're exercising times per minute. And the brain, because it's thinking all the time. And so the kidneys are also highly metabolically active. The muscles are a moderately metabolically active organ, which means it is burning calories while we're at rest. And the more lean muscle mass we have, then the more calories we're going to burn. But just think about the heart and the kidney and the brain and how much work they're doing all day long, even when we sleep. And then we're going to think about the most metabolically active organs, and that's really what this is for the most, although it does also help with the body's metabolic rate and helping to break down fat and burning calories, using it for fuel after a workout, rebuilding the muscles, very important, rebuilding the bones at night, influences the growth of cells that comprise bones, which are called osteoblasts, and osteoclasts, so the ones that break down. So if you think of catabolism as breaking down body tissue, it's osteoclasts, that are the bone cells that break down bone. Osteoblasts are the bone cells that build bone. And also helps to influence the growth of cells throughout the organs as well, and maintains joint health. So guys, this is a really exciting product. There's not many products like this on the market. And so again, just to run through it, it has L-arginine aspartate and L-arginine, found in tons of food, tons of protein foods, and the body uses L-arginine to make nitric oxide that helps to relax the blood vessels, so this, or vasodilate, so this can also help healthy blood flow and healthy blood pressure, and it also may be a good way to improve circulation to the heart, as well as, I mentioned, the erectile tissue, and there's double-blind placebo-controlled trials behind that. Glycine is the simplest amino acid which is used to make proteins, and it works with L-glutamine, which is, I did not mention, which is in this product, another amino acid which plays a part in brain function as well as digestive function. Glycine has been shown to enhance mental function, as I mentioned, and alone and in combination with other amino acids has also been shown to aid in wound healing. So if you do have wounds, you need 50% more protein, calories from protein that you normally would. And so our protein capacity is very increased if we are sick, if we need to mend, if we have been wounded or burned particularly. And glycine and glutamine help with that. There's a proprietary blend of glutamine, colostrum, which is liquid gold. It's the mother's milk from any mammal, but this comes from the cow, and so again, this is secreted prior to producing milk. And so as a dietary supplement, colostrum has various immunoglobulins in it, which help to support our immune system. It's got lactoferrin in it, it's got antibodies in it, it has antimicrobial factors, as I mentioned, lactoferrin, lactoperoxidase, lysozymes, lactoalbumin, glycoproteins, cytokines, so all of these amazing nutrients. They're similar to phytonutrients, but they actually do come from an animal product, and they have been, regulated and standardized and cleaned and everything. Polypeptides, growth factors, and vitamins and minerals. So it's a super, super nutritionally dense product. Cow colostrum also contains the same disease-resistant factors or immunoglobulins, which are a component of human breast milk, and may be effective against different viruses, bacteria, yeast, and other invaders. This product, as I mentioned, also has L-lysine in it, which is an amino acid and usually must be obtained through the diet. It's anti-osteoporotic. It helps to support and protect bones. In the liver, it participates in protein production, and it may be involved in the formation of D-glucose and glycogen, as well as lipids, so it helps to produce energy from the food that we eat. Taurine, part of the nootropic stack to help our brain function better, also helps to protect the eyes and the myocardium, which is the muscle around the heart, the muscular lining around the heart, the skeletal and smooth muscles, sorry, this is a little brain fart, platelets, and neutrophils. So taurine is extremely important for all these muscular tissues and nervous system tissues, plentiful in the fluids of the lungs and the nervous tissue and these muscles that you go build at the gym. And it also helps with mental alertness and concentration, has antioxidants in it, helps to support healthy blood pressure and cholesterol, and helps to maintain a healthy cardiovascular system, delivering detoxifying activities, helping regulate and facilitate regulation of a normal heart rate when heart rate is normal already, and DNA and RNA, which are these nucleotides, which I recommend in my practice all the time for people suffering from fatigue. It is genetic material, and it's created from fermentation of yeast. So it is from a nutritious yeast. It's not from an animal product, and it DNA and RNA are the genetic material that help to govern how our body is functioning. And so we can use this dietary supplement called nucleotides. As a group, they're called nucleotides. And for dietary nucleic acid needs, if we're not getting enough animal protein or if we have extra high needs. Sprouts are also very high in nucleic acids, and so if you're eating plenty of sprouts, then you might not need it. But otherwise, it helps with rapid growth and response to limited food supply, metabolic stress. And so metabolic demands can increase when we are aging, when we are ill, when we are malnourished. And that's when nucleotides really come into play as a really effective dietary supplement and are immune enhancing and tissue regenerating. This product also has amazing B vitamins like folic acid. It also has magnesium, of course, which helps to maintain normal levels of potassium and phosphorus and calcium and adrenaline and insulin and cortisol, and helps to regulate the blood sugar. And so that's why this product is so well versed and to help you support in your anti-aging activities, because it really covers all of these bases. And cheers. Thanks for following and subscribing and liking and sharing. I really appreciate you all watching. It's really fun to do these videos. And for more information, you can just click the link. Bye.